5'5", I mean, initial 5'5", 130 pounds, long brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a brown jacket, blue jeans, brown hat trimmed in yellow, red tennis shoes, riding a 10-speed bicycle.
John David Watson was just 14 years old when his life was taken here in Wheeler in 1974. Somewhere along the way home from the grocery store, he ran into somebody with a gun, and that person inflicted a single fatal gunshot wound. The motive for the murder, despite decades of investigation, has yet to be solved. John Watson's older sister, Janet Saunders, who was pregnant at the time of his death, recalls the night's events with a vivid memory.
And I went up to get a pair of my brother's socks, and I come back down, and I was sitting in the kitchen when Kenny Craig come up through the yard screaming, "It's him, Janet, it's him." I could hear him screaming and hollering. He was coming up through this path here. That house here wasn't there then, okay? The house across the street wasn't there then. And he come, and I ran out the door, and he said, "It's him, it's him." And that's when I went down, ran down through the field, because I didn't have no shoes or nothing, or socks or nothing. I didn't even, and I went down, and I lifted my brother up, okay, his head. But I didn't know he was shot. I couldn't see anything, you know. And then I just remember, you know, laying him back down, how he looked, how he lay there in the field. And then I heard my mother. I heard my mother crying. And I went and told her. I ran from my brother's body back up on the road, and I got my mother, and I told her, I said, "Mommy, he's dead."
The only clue investigators have had to go on until recently was a second crime scene that occurred near John Watson's body: the robbery of a boxcar full of liquor. For those who knew John, like the community that banded together to help find him after he was reported missing, it was unfathomable that he could have been involved in this second crime. But investigators think that perhaps he may have accidentally witnessed it. This investigation, too, led to no arrests. His aunt, Audie Rubaugh, recalls fond memories of a very good kid.
I mean, he came to our house, he was in it. I never had to worry about anything disappearing, because it just didn't happen. I didn't even think of him as that way. He was actually more like a son here all the time with his mother, you know. And but he never got in any trouble that I know of. No one ever had any problems until this came up, which was a shock. And I'm sure you know the other part of the story about the boxcar. I don't like to go into that, but
in 1974, forensic science was not as it is today. But recently, after re-examining the case with the new scientific methods that we have now, Trooper John F. Marshall says they've uncovered clues that are bringing them closer to solving the case.
Yes, there is now a person of interest. And you can put in there, develop through re-examining all the physical evidence.
Fayette County Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest. If you have any information, please call police at 724-439-7111. Or to make a tip, you can call 1-888-TIPS. For Herald-Standard, this is Jessica Vosel.